Hey guys, I know a lot of you are doing rehab at the moment. So you've gone through an injury and now you're starting to do exercises. Today I wanted to explain my thoughts as to why we prescribe 10 repetitions and 3 sets. Now it's fairly common when you get yourself an exercise program that your physio or practitioner will give you some homework to do, and in that homework there's going to be a number of repetitions that you need to do and a number of times you have to do it. Not only that, but sometimes some practitioners may ask you to do it multiple times in one day. Now, when it comes to strengthening muscles, we need to do enough that it's going to stress the muscles to cause them to improve and cause them to develop more muscle tissue, develop their strength, sometimes develop size, depending on what the goal is. Now, generally speaking, you can choose any number of repetitions you like. The lower the number of repetitions, generally speaking, the heavier you are expected to lift. Now, if you're doing a 1 repetition max and you're doing rehab, then that's going to be too much. It's going to be too heavy and it's going to put you at risk of further injury. Then if you go up into sort of the 5 repetition range, that's quite common in people who are doing strength training. Now, 5 repetitions is good, but again, 5 repetitions might be too much overload for your muscles and for your tendons. So if you've got a chronic tear or scar tissue, then the tendons or the muscles may not be strong enough to overcome that heavy, significant load. So then we go up into the sort of 8 to 12 repetition range. This tends to be better for hypertrophy, in other words, increasing muscle mass, but also it's good for increasing strength. The repetitions are low enough that it means you can lift a significant weight, but they're not high enough that it's going to cause too much repetition. Now, in my experience, high repetition can often increase irritation, can also promote inflammation. So what we want to do is enough repetitions that it's going to cause the muscles and the tendons to adapt and get stronger, but not so many repetitions that you're going to make a problem worse. So I like to go with 10 repetitions, and 10 is just an easy round number for you to remember. But in my experience, if you go heavier, so 15 repetitions or more tends to be more about building endurance. Now, there are certain energy systems that are involved in smaller repetitions versus high repetitions. So if you look at high intensity exercises such as sprinting, the duration of that particular exercise is very short, less than 10 seconds. If you look at more endurance exercises, you're looking at sort of more than 30 seconds to a minute. So the energy systems required are slightly different. So when we're doing rehab, we want to get the muscles stronger. So we want to be working an anaerobic energy system. If you start going too high repetitions, then you start building up aerobic endurance. So that's sort of more dependent on oxygen. So we want to strain the muscles enough to cause them to develop strength and build new muscle tissue. Generally speaking, endurance-based repetitions will not be enough to create strength. And if you are recovering from an injury, and generally speaking, injuries occur because you're not strong enough, then you want to be building strength. So you definitely don't want to be building endurance. Now, in terms of the number of sets, why do we do 3 sets? Well, 3 again is enough to cause change, but not so many that you're going to get bored and not do them, and not so few that it's not going to have an effect. Now, you might then ask, okay, why can't I just do all 3 sets in one go, so do 30 repetitions? Well, that goes back to the type of energy system you're using. And if you're doing 30 repetitions, then you're working the more endurance-based energy system. So you're not going to be building strength. So what we want to do is enough repetitions, so 10 repetitions, which should be effort. You should be putting in effort. It should be difficult. It shouldn't be easy. You shouldn't be coasting through, easily doing 10 repetitions and then another 10 and another 10. By the time you get to that 3rd set, you should be finding it very difficult to complete. So once you've done set number 1, that's difficult, Then you give yourself a rest, and that rest period is enough for your muscles to regain that energy within each of their cells. So you replenish your energy ready for your next set, but you've already pre-fatigued the muscle tissue. So you do your next set and then your third set. So that's why we recommend 3 sets of 10. It's enough repetitions to cause change, not too many repetitions to use the wrong energy system, and not so few repetitions that you're going to cause yourself damage. So I hope that helps. Nice, short, quick video for you today. But that's why when you're doing a rehab program, you're going to do 3 sets of 10 repetitions. Let me know what you think of that, guys. Let me know if that explanation has helped. Until the next video, stay safe and I will see you soon.